with 210 affirmative votes.
Kung maisabatas ang naturang panukala,
81 negative votes and 5 abstention, House Bill number 5727 is hereby approved on third reading.
At kung ganap ng maisabatas, asahan na raw ang pagmahal ng mga alcohol at tobacco product.
inaasahan daw na kikita ang gobyerno ng 33 bilyong piso mula sa makukolektang buwis na ilalaan naman daw sa universal health care.
Ayon naman sa ilang nagbibisyo, sakaling tuluyang maisabatas ang sin tax bill ay titigil na raw sila sa pag-inom at paninigarilyo.
Mahigit 1,000 magsasaka ng tabako ang nagprotesta sa Senado. Kapag naisabatas ang panukalang batas na yan, lubos na maapektuhan ang kanilang kabuhayan.
The proposed amendments to the sin tax bill has caught the attention of the Filipino society. A mix of arguments favoring and disfavoring this bill has surfaced.
Libo-libong tobacco farmers at miyembro ng labor union ng Philip Morris Fortune Tobacco Corporation ang nagmarcha sa Senado kontra sa sin tax bill.
Hindi ko kayang itigil ng biglaan. Siguro, utay-utay muna, mababawasan.
Siguro sir, iiwasan ko ng bisyo na yan.
Prior to the tax reforms in 1996, the Philippines used ad valorem excises on sin products. Ad valorem taxes are levied as a percentage of the value or prices of products. With a shift to a specific excise tax, taxes are based on the quantity sold.
Ang setting hong ng rate is based on 1996 prices pa ho. No? So, ang buwis na pinapataw sa isang sigarilyo, kung ano ho yung naging presyo niya yung 1996. So kung ikaw bagong player, may bago kang produktong ipapasok, syempre ang tax mo is based on today's price. So hindi na kayo patas, di ba? Hindi ho makakompetensya ang mga bagong kumpanya. So dahil doon, ang situation ngayon sa Pilipinas, 98% ho ng market natin ay kontrolado lang ho isang kumpanya.
Kung may pasa yan, wala tayong magagawa kung discontent.
In the absence of a system for automatically adjusting excise tax rates, taxes were just eroded by inflation. Having a multi-tiered system made it prone to abusive transfer pricing practices by manufacturers. Similarly, consumers could easily downshift from high-price and high-tax brands to low-price and low-tax brands. It is not surprising then that the Philippines has had the lowest excise taxes in the world. These flaws compel the government to propose a new set of tax reforms. Studies suggest that a simple, unitary excise tax system is more effective and efficient. With House Bill 2527, we are slowly transitioning to this gold standard by reducing the number of tiers for both tobacco and alcohol products. Within 3 years of implementation, tax rates will eventually be unified. Tax rates are expected to increase by as much as 400% for machine-packed cigarettes, 140% for fermented liquor, and 186% for distilled spirits during the first year of implementation, leading to significantly higher retail prices. In contrast to the old bill, tax rates will now be automatically adjusted using relevant NSO-established tobacco and alcohol indices.
So when we talk about sin tax, we have to recognize that there's two objectives. One is increasing revenues of government, and the second one is supposed to be to deter or probably or essentially lower certain activities that's considered to be sinful, or in this case, cigarette smoking and alcohol use.
On the first year of implementation alone, the government is expected to collect 60 billion from sin products. However, given the tremendous surge in prices of affected products, cigarette manufacturers are anxious of significant reduction in sales and revenue, which threatens the stability of the industry. Meanwhile, small players of the tobacco industry such as Tabacceria de Filipinas is more concerned that they may be forced to downsize the business, including their exports. If the sin tax bill gets enacted, reducing output may leave a large percentage of their workers unemployed.
So basically 40 to 45% of my business would be gone overnight. And I'd never have to deal with that. I don't know any company that can take all of a sudden 45% of your business gone and survive. At least I don't know how long. And with the peso strengthening the way it is, exports are nowhere near as good as they used to be. So there's a lot, for us it's going to be a big effect. There's going to be a lot of things, not a lot of people out of work.
Hintuan na. Mahal na yun eh. Lalo na ngayon mahal ang bilihin, di ba?
What is more worrisome are the potential spillovers on other sectors in our economy.
They don't seem to realize is that the smokers don't come to me and buy cigars. They go to a store. The store comes to me and buys. Now the store's not going to buy one box. The store buys because they have to stock. If they have to pay 200 pesos per stick on 10 boxes, they're not going to do it.
Maring itigil ko na dahil hindi ko na kaya. Hindi na kaya ng bulsa ko.
Given the potential repercussions on employment, it is said that the reforms may be anti-poor. Those who favor the sin tax bill, however, claim otherwise, as increased tax revenues will be used to finance universal health care and support the tobacco farmers whose livelihoods may be affected by the amendments.
On the loss of jobs, I believe that a stronger fiscal position, healthier healthcare system, and will spur more investments. The bulk of the revenue will really go to universal healthcare. And I think that's why the poor, and they say this is anti-poor, this is actually pro-poor, because we're going to fund universal healthcare.
This now becomes much more interesting. They don't like earmarking, right? Now, in this case, the way the bill is written right now is going to be essentially be earmarked for health. This sort of guarantees, as long as there's tax revenues, of course, from sin tax, that there will always be a funding always available to subsidize the poor to fill health. That would greatly help sustain universal healthcare.
Furthermore, it is said that high prices would compel consumers of sin products to reduce demand.
DOH has spent a lot of money to educate people on lifestyle. The smoking prevalence has gone down from 33 to 31% in 30 years. Wala nangyari. No? Ito, within a year, we can expect a 6% drop.
However, critics of the policy claim that people will find alternative ways to smoke, which may then lead to the proliferation of a black market for sin products.
People will smoke no matter what because they're addicted and whatnot. Doesn't matter what you do, the smoker is a smoker and he will smoke. And they're right. They'll smoke the cheapest thing they can find. They're not gonna buy from the store and pay regular price. They'll buy from the guy on the bicycle across the street who's selling smuggled stuff. So yes, they'll smoke, but they won't buy what you think they're gonna buy.
Now, the question is whether the objective of increasing revenues would be met. Extreme reductions in consumption and smuggling both threaten this objective.
There's a limit to what you can charge a person for a cigar. So if all of a sudden you're used to spending, 100 pesos per stick, and now you're gonna have to pay 300 pesos per stick, that's a big deal. That's a hard choice to make.
The debate on sin taxes has indeed come a long way.
16 or 17 years, finally we have a reform measure through the exercise of political leadership and political will. We have readjusted the tax structure so that excise taxes for sin products would find its rightful place in contributing to our tax collection.
So the challenge for us to find the sweet spot, where essentially you put the tax level at the point where you could maximize revenues, at the same time getting the maximum possible reduction in cigarette smoking. That can be found. Thailand found it, so I think we can find it also.
Although economics is central in this debate, we cannot discount the fact that political dynamics plays a larger role in this issue. Beyond the passing of this legislation lies bigger obstacles in instituting change against a very powerful industry.